Oma awo bezara guru pema sidi woy. 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 Sangye Jodan Zoge Zonam La Chancho Bado Dane Gyabson Che Dage Junso Gebe Sonam Ge Nola Benje Sangye Ruba Sangye Jodan Zoge Zonam La Chancho Bado Dane Gyabson Che Dage Junso Gebe Sonam Nola Benje Sangye Ruba Jo Sangye Jodan Zoge Zonam La Chancho Bado Dane Sonam je dola benje sangye do ba jo simje damje dewa dan dewe gyu dan demba yuje simje damje dunga dan dunga ge gyu dan tawa simje damje dunga me be dewa dan me dawa yuje simje damje nyire jada nye dan tawe dan nyumla ne ba yuje sa je bege juje mendo da re ra re je nye de demba Sangye Shendu Mede Buaye Ndugu Namda Shinla Chibra Ye Dam Guru Ranam Kanye Daya Amen. Yeah, so Anila, yes. It's a special day for Anila. So yeah, my suggestion would be those who maybe heard Anila's story yesterday, were touched. Anila has put a lot of what is the word? There's no words for it. Into Lawudo, yeah.
Devoted her
Yes. For capture Lama Zopa Rinpoche, for Lawudo, her entire life up here, and you see how hard it is. Yeah, so yeah, it's okay. Better? Yeah. Okay. Huh? Louder? People there might have ear problem. Too loud. For what I know, my life has gone very, very smoothly. If I ended up in any other way, I would have ended up here as maybe a potter. My mom was a potter, so pretty much that would be where I would be right now. So Anila has played a big role in my life. Not that I remember a lot of it, but I can feel it. Feel it. Since small, you all heard the story yesterday. All the stories that she has, and she has many more stories. If you're willing to sit down and listen to her, she can go on and on for the whole day. And she keeps them at heart. That's one of the most beautiful things about Anila. She keeps everything at heart. And for someone like us, being able to see someone like her is a blessing in this era. Right? Someone who is so passionate about sustaining this place. Someone who we jump
10 years we want to do this, 10 years later we want to do that. After 5 years we're over there. After 6 years we're over there. We're all over the place. Anila is total opposite. People try to take her here, back. They try to take her over there, back. There's no, what we say, there's no craving for what we are looking for in her. They have taken her down, good house, comfortable AC, good bed, toilet, attached bathroom. That means nothing to her. So the heart, yeah, you can see that everything is here. So I think, again, a great teacher to learn from is Anila. She is an amazing teacher in that sense, in a very particular, in a very, very particular set of practice. She is an amazing teacher. And that's consistency and resilience. So consistency and resilience. Those are very, very, very important things in your practice that you need to develop. Yeah. Whether it be in your worldly practice or whether it be in your, non-worldly practice, spiritual practice. Consistency is important. Even when it comes to making money, consistency is important. Yeah, a lot of business people in here. I'm sure you all know that. Yeah. So, consistency can be developed in any kind of field. But if you can develop it in spiritual practice like Anila, then again, Anila is quite similar to Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Yeah? When it comes to the practice, it's there. So I think it's a beautiful thing that you can just sit on the side and what is the word? Watch? Huh? Yeah, you sit on the side and observe and you learn a lot. So, a great teacher actually. An amazing teacher. And I think, like Anila said yesterday, it started from here, Lawudo. Lama Zopa Rinpoche started from here. Yeah. Kapan started from here. FPMT started from here. Every branch that's connected to Rinpoche started from here. That's why this place is very, very, very important. Yeah. And because this place is important, the person who has given her sweat, blood, tears and passion, that's the most important when it comes to the place. This is one thing I think. Today when you go and wish Anila birthday, happy birthday, and make your, your dedication to her, one thing you keep in mind is that Dharma that comes flowing through Lama Ishi and Lama Zopa started here. Thanks to one of the person. Yeah, she mentioned there was 3 persons. She's one of them. She is still alive, strong. That's why I'm saying we are lucky to be here, to meet up with her, to have spent time with her, and to have learned a lot from her. Yeah? So today you keep that in mind when you wish her a happy birthday. That's why I'm saying today, not the festive one, but from inside here. Okay? Okay. So we have Lama Zopa talk today. When I was small, I used to hate Lama Zopa talk. I'm not hiding anything.
Not when you were very, very small, according to Anila.
Very, very small, I don't remember. But when I was small in Kupan, and the puja went on for 3 hours, Most of the time my head would be under the table because I was small enough to go under the table, and I would be snoring. Well, I didn't snore, but I would be. And in those days, the Gegula were not as kind as our Kaldenla here. So they would come with a mala and hit us from the back. A lot of experiences there. So then I went down to Sarah, and Lama Zopa was done in 45 minutes, and I was like, wow, this is a place I like. Lama Zopa, I think, is very, very closely related to understanding Guru devotion. You read the lines, you will actually, there's most of the contents inside Lama Zopa is related to the offering to the Guru and Guru devotion. So I thought maybe we talk a little bit about Guru devotion today, before some views and thoughts that I have regarding Guru devotion. Whether it's wrong or right, I don't know. Something you can maybe think about and tweak around and see if it makes sense or not. Nowadays, in the world, when it comes to Guru devotion, I think a lot of people take devotion as obedience. And not to say that's wrong. If you want obedience to be devotion, then fine. But you need to know that obedience and devotion is totally different. Okay, that's one difference that I think people have to understand before being obedient. Because there are cases, as we all know, with lamas who have, taken advantage, whether it be sexual advantage, whether it be physical advantage, whether it be financial advantage. It's happening. And now a lot of these things are coming out into the world. Before, a lot of these things were hidden. Same as in the in the church. When the church, it happened, it was hidden first and then it came out. So similar to that, it was hidden in our society as well, and now it's coming out. And I know a lot of lamas have talked about it. Some talk very strongly on practice. Yes, it's a practice, it's that, it's this, it's, If you give your, body, speech, mind, wealth and everything to the Lama, then you don't have to worry about anything else. They do give this approach. To a bodhisattva, it makes total sense. When Buddha was a bodhisattva, he cut his own flesh to feed the lion and the tigress. Not the lion, the tigress and the cubs. So for a bodhisattva, this practice is very easy. For a mere human being, it's not easy. And as you can see, these are all coming out because this practice is not easy. And the problem there is not understanding the difference between devotion and obedience. I always take Lama Tsongkhapa as one of the prime examples of what I'm trying to say. Because Lama Tsongkhapa was so devoted to Chizorendawa. Amazingly devoted. When it comes to devotion, there was, like Denda Meba. What's a Denda Meba? No comparison, is it?
Yeah, without comparison.
Yeah, without comparison. So much devotion. But when it came to obedience, not much. Lama Chizorendawa say one thing, Lama Tsongkhapa always debate with Chizorendawa. No, this is wrong. What you are saying is wrong. This is not how it is. This is how it is. And through using that method, he actually got more from Chizorendawa. So questioning is a gift that we have. And Buddha has never stopped that gift from anyone. right? Even if you look at the Heart Sutra, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. That's the Heart Sutra, basically. About emptiness, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. You look through all of these texts here. What do you think is all? It's all question and answer. Really, it's all questions and answers. Someone comes and says, this is not right. And then Buddha says, okay, if you think this is not right, then how do you explain this? How does this happen? How does that happen? Yeah, someone says, oh, how do you explain this? Then Buddha gives an explanation on that. And then there's debate. Then someone says, oh, but then if you are saying like that, then how about this? Then Buddha gives an answer. That's how you learn. That's how our mind works. Yeah? Four Noble Truths was the first teaching because it was in that sense. What is suffering? Suffering is this. Okay, if this, then this is suffering, then how do we get rid of it? Oh, then this is the, it was a cessation. Okay, you say this is the cessation, but how do we attain that? See? So it's basically answering questions. And the more question you ask, the more you will learn. Yeah? The more questions you ask, the more you will learn. Same thing in school. Yeah, I'm sure everyone has experienced, right? In school, the more questions you ask, the more you learn. What is the word? Backseaters? Backbenchers. Why are backbenchers called backbenchers? Yeah. So you need to understand the concept. When devotion works similar to, let's say, your parents. If you love your parents, you're devoted to your parents, right or not? If you love your husband or you love your wife, you're devoted to your husband and your wife, right or not? That doesn't mean you're obedient. Are you? Do you listen to your parents and everything they say? Huh? Do you listen to your wife and husband? This is always arguing, oh no, this is not right. You don't. But just because you're not obedient doesn't mean you're not devoted. So I think there is something there that is I can't really figure it out, but there's something there that's missing, and something there that twists a little bit, and people believe that being obedient, being low, being not asking questions, being so, what do we say? Submissive, yeah, submissive. When the Lama talks, they think that's devotion. So we are talking about how we play in a certain role to please someone. Right? This morning we were talking about it. Think about it. It's very close to that. Yeah? If I'm nice, if I don't ask questions, if I'm so good, then maybe the Lama would be nice to me and praise me. Oh, he's so gentle, he's so kind, he's so nice. It's an expectation. At the end of the day, you think about it, it's an expectation. Anyway, that's, I think, something that needs to change a little bit so that we can avoid a lot of problem when it comes to finding gurus and being devoted to gurus. Okay? You find someone like Lama Zopa Rinpoche, no question. You can be obedient and you can full on. But then you find someone who's little bit here, little bit there, maybe someone like me, then you need to start asking questions. No, really, you need to start asking questions. You have to. The more questions you ask, the more answers you get. The more answers you get, the more you will start to understand. Right? So, all I'm saying is, when it comes to, because when you are following a path, when you are traveling all the way from Namche Bazar all the way to Lawudo here, you need a guide. Right? But you need a guide who is trustworthy. Right or not? Just because someone comes to you and says, oh, I can take you to Namche Bazaar, doesn't mean you say, okay, here you go, I'm going with you. No. You need to understand who the guide is, what kind of person that guide is, how passionate he is in guiding you, how well he can guide you, how well he knows the path, all of that. And that's why the famous quote of the Buddha, can you translate?
Can you say it slower, Rinpoche? So just like a goldsmith will procure the gold only after cutting it, rubbing it, and scorching it. So you two monks and scholars adopt my words only after thorough analysis and not out of mere respect for me.
Fantastic. No, that's the word. Yes. You need to know the ability, that you have the ability and you have some say the brain or the mind, the know-how. You have that capability. You have a mind. When you have a mind, you have the ability to see things clearly and to analyze things. And you should use that. Me personally, I don't want people following for some magical story that fell. Anila has a lot of those magical stories. Maybe some of you felt that the story that she told about me yesterday was a little bit magical with the rainbow and that. But that's, in sense, that's useless basically. It doesn't mean anything. No? For some, you make it feel a little bit. Inside here, oh, it's something different, but in reality, nothing. So you need to know that not to be attracted. What is the word?
Influenced?
Huh?
Influenced?
Not to be
Enamored.
enamored. That's a good word. Enamored. Not to be enamored. Some people read books, oh, when this Lama was born, oh, when the mother prostrate, there was flowers coming out, there was rainbows here, there were dakinis flying, Then you look at the Lama, he's like money, 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 money. What's the point? You ask the Lama the question, what is bodhicitta? I don't know. What does being Buddhist mean? I don't know. What is emptiness? Oh, I think emptiness is something like this. What's the point? That's why you need to know your guide before following that guide. Yeah, if you don't know your guide and you start following that guide, and then you tumble into a corner and then you say, oh, in Buddhism they're doing this, they're doing that, these lamas doing that. Whose mistake is it? Think about it. Yeah? When you have the power to check, when you have the power to analyze, when you have the power to to set up something before happening, and you don't use that, then you have this problem, you have that problem, you have this problem, you have that problem, you have this problem. And then at the end of the day, just because of one Lama, something not right there, then all the Lamas you start dragging down. Oh, Buddhism is bad, Dharma is bad, religion is bad. What's the point? It's like a joke, no? So, yeah, coming back to devotion. One separation I think is important is the separation between devotion and obedience. Find someone who can teach you. Find someone who can understand you. Find someone who knows the method to lead you. I think that's the important, what we say. When you talk in the Lamrim, then you have the qualities of the students. But like there is the qualities of the students, there is also qualities of the teacher. Yeah. No one checks the quality of the teacher. They are always saying, "Are you a good student? Are you doing this? Are you doing that practice? Are you doing?" No one's asking the Lama, "Are you a good teacher? Are you doing?" Who's doing that? No one's doing that. So I personally think it's an important thing that you need to, what we say, check. Yeah, when it comes to these things. Second thing, I think when it comes to Guru devotion, once you find a lot of people asking me about reincarnations, about that, about this, I personally have a lot of different ideas when it comes to reincarnation because I came from the system. I lived in I lived in Serra for over 20 years, more than 20 years, in that Tulku system. And I've been through it, I know the Tulkus. And not all of them are as amazing as everyone makes them out to be. Right? Some people see, oh, Tulku, something magical, oh. I don't know what they see. But some of them are very, very, very normal, too normal. Based on hearing, oh, this is the Tulku of this high, this being that was so great and so amazing, and I expect a Tulku to be something different, something similar to that. Wow. But when I live amongst them, no difference. But then, I think wisdom and practice shines. That's the thing. The important part is to wait until the wisdom shines. We make too much of a fuss before anything, then you lose the magic in it. It's true. Yeah? So, what was that? A Dakini is now making... So yeah, and one thing I'm a strong believer of is when you have that connection with your Guru, no matter in what situation you are, where you are, somehow you will meet that Guru. Yeah. When you have the connection in it, when you have the devotion, that's the word, the devotion you have. You don't have to fear that I will never be able to see, I will never be able... This connection, once the devotion is there, the connection is already created. You don't have to fear. It comes back. It works very well. Now, when the devotion is not there, then you can start fearing a little bit. Yeah? Because then the connection is starting to break. So when the devotion is there, I don't think you need to fear about, meeting up with the Lama. Maybe in a different form as a beggar, or maybe as a, these amazing beings, they have so amazing abilities to manifest in so many different forms. And they are there to help you, they are there to guide you. That's what, when someone says, okay, I'll be your guru, that's what it means. So when someone says, I'll be your guide, that's what it means. That they will take the responsibility to help you on the path. And they take that seriously. It's not a joke. Yeah? So I don't think you need to fear that separation, first of all. Second of all, I think you need to give time for for young lamas to start, what we say?
Mature.
Yeah, start. Not proving. Proving is a very harsh word. I'm not going to be like that. Not proving, but manifesting their qualities, their practice qualities. That's what I believe in. Let the kid grow, let the kid mature. Small kids, same thing. Cry, run, that, this, play. Same thing, no difference. At a certain age, they start manifesting certain qualities of their practice. And that's when you start to see that and be inspired by that. You are not inspired by a small kid running around and crying and screaming and bossing everyone around. That's not very inspiring, no. No, it really isn't. I'm sure you have grandchildren and all of that, sister's child and brother's child and this child and that child. You're not impressed by that. So wait till the qualities start to manifest. That's when you start to see your guru in that child. Okay, that's when you start to see the Lama in that child. When once he starts to mature and starts to show those qualities. That's what I believe in, okay? That's my belief. Whether you want to believe in that, up to you totally. Now the third thing is, I think, like I said, the karmic connection that we create with our gurus is through devotion. And when you are devoted to something or someone, it's not a one-time thing. It's a connection you have. Like I said, the karmic connection, that the door that you shaped into, it turns into a stream of connections with that person. And it happens. Sometimes you meet the guru in hell realm, sometimes you meet the guru in a god realm, sometimes you meet the guru in animal realm, sometimes you meet the guru in a human realm. But the guru manifests in so many different ways. And they teach you in so many different ways. Lama Zopa Rinpoche saw his teachers even in the enemies. That's one of the most famous sayings of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, no? That your enemies are your greatest teachers. And it's the mindset, how you approach, that makes the difference in how you see things. So yeah, Guru. So it's important to find, I think it's important to find a teacher not because of their abilities and their magic abilities and their, what is it? Maze and grace, is it? What's it? Maze and something.
Amazing qualities.
No, not amazing quality. Like this word. So anyway, focus on qualities that make them not magical but exceptional. Like the paramitas, generosity, Jimba, sultim, what sultim? Resilience, right? Morality, and soba is patience. Oh, then Tsundu is vigorous.
Joyous perseverance.
Joyous perseverance. Jimbo children, soba Tsundu, something. Concentration, the ability to. Then Charok, wisdom, the ability to apply wisdom. These are qualities that you don't see very easily. And it's not joyous. When we say Jimba, it's not generosity like, oh yeah, I do animal liberation generosity. Oh yeah, I feed 100 cows generosity. It's not that kind of generosity, right? No, you read the paramita. The generosity they talk inside the paramita is not that generosity. Like I said, it's a Mahayana path, okay? It's not a human path. When you go into the Mahayana path, every action connected to compassion is beyond our imagination. Small here and there we are able to practice. Generosity, yes. Go around Bodha, you feed the dogs, you feed the cats, you feed the poor people, you give them some offering. Generosity, yes. But not the level of generosity talking inside the paramitas. Yeah. So when you see that kind of quality inside them, and basically what I'm trying to say, be inspired by these qualities when it comes to a guru. Right? These kinds of qualities, the ability to express their, what we say, their
Effortless.
the effortless ability. Like I said, we have to put effort in everything. Yeah. You want to be kind to someone, you need to put effort in it. But these beings, these amazing beings, effortless, it comes like this, like flowing water. So these effortless abilities within them, be inspired by these abilities, not by magic and dreams and visions and all of that. Anyway, that's what I think. I offer you what I think. Then maybe we can debate one day on it. Make sense? Good. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, coming back to the concept of impermanence, no, not impermanence, the view of emptiness and the application of view of emptiness, we being able to understand why the view of emptiness is extremely important, and to understand that we having the, what we say, the being able to balance with the method, which is the supreme emotion of compassion, and together these two arise from the core of understanding samsara and knowing why renouncing samsara is important. Yeah, so that's the outline of it. When we are able to apply the view of emptiness into perspectives that we have on objects, on subjects, on things around us, on situations, then what happens is our view of how we understand something changes from how we understand it to what the reality of that object is, right? So one thing that we talked about is the view of impermanence and the view of permanence, and that too because it's intrinsic of existence.
Intrinsic existence.
Yeah, because it's of intrinsic existence. Therefore, the true reality of that object for what it is doesn't appear to our mind because of our view towards it. So the difference between the view that we apply in understanding that object is not the view being the object itself, not being the reality of the object itself. So the existence is there. The mere existence of everything is there. You are here, she is here, they are here, everything around us is here. But then our definition of what is here is totally dependent on how we see things. Right? You are here as in you based on the separation of you and me. Right? You are here as in a separation as a human, which is a difference between animals and you. And therefore, because I have this view that you are different from a dog, therefore my importance towards you is totally different from the importance that is within yourself, which is life. Right? So the seemingly how you see the object from its own side and how you see the object from your side being totally different. Now, in order to go into depth to understand that, then we have different schools. the existence of an object from its own side, the existence of an object based on the labeling of the mind, or from the simgi dangi to tuba khaler simgi dangi to tuba.
Being established one nature with the mind.
Being established with one nature of the mind, then being established not just one nature of the mind, but one nature of the mind and the object together itself, combination, then being completely separate from the mind and the object, and being an application of a view. That is the gross concept starting from ignorance that you have within yourself, and the core of it being the grasping attitude, the self-grasping attitude. The self-grasping attitude and phenomena grasping attitude. Yeah, self-grasping attitude and the phenomena grasping attitude. And because those two are the core substances that make your idea of an object shift, therefore we need to change our view when it comes to understanding the object in that level. So the application of the view of emptiness. If there was no self-grasping attitude, then the emptiness would make no sense, or the view of emptiness would make no sense. Yeah, the application of the view of emptiness is in order to see that the true nature of the I does not exist as we see it existing. Yeah, so then there's so many different examples. What's a Shingdokolo is what? Chariot wheel. Then there's the example of a snake being mixed with a rope. Then there's also example of an illusionist, or less delusionist, not illusionist, yeah? Illusionist manifesting a wooden block into a horse. So there's these kinds of examples. And these examples are used, very, very certain examples that show that the change, whether the change of that object, of the understanding of the object, comes from the object side itself, or from your view of the object, or from your understanding of the object, or just because your vision of what you see makes a different view, right? So when you look at the illusionist, manifesting a horse from a wood, then you are able to see that the object there has nothing to do with you, but the power of the power like the power, right? Power of the illusionist, putting it onto the wood, making it seem like it's a horse. Yeah. So that's an object appearance of its own side. Conceptual view, we look at something and we, this is a good example I give you, is when you have fear of ghost. Are you afraid of ghost? No, she's not. Let's see. Let's see. There's this story I tell you. Okay? There were two monks up in Tibet, and the two of them were talking to themselves, and one monk was telling the other monk, I'm not scared of ghost. And the other one was, I'm also not scared of ghost. So say, okay, challenge. Let's do a challenge. Let's see who's more courage, who's more brave. Let's see who's more brave. So they took two sticks, and the cemetery on top of the hill. Right? There's a cemetery on top of the hill, and nighttime, 1-2 a.m. Then they said, okay, let's make a bet who's more courageous, who's less scared. So they said, okay, how do we the bet? How do we do the bet? So the two of them talked, and they said, okay, we each have our own stick. Yeah, one is painted red, one is painted green, right? Whatever. So we each have our own stick. We have to go up in the middle of the night and poke the stick into the ground, hammer it down, so that we have proof that I was there last night, right? And then the two of us, we can go up there to check in the morning and see if we had the courage. Because if you go together, then of course, one is not going to be scared. So we need to go alone, and that's the proof. Okay. So one monk got so scared, he just couldn't build up the courage to go and, hammer the stick. The other monk, he built up the courage. He is scared, but he built up the courage to go. So he went up with the stick. And it's night time, those days they had no torch. So very, totally dark. He went up to the cemetery. Then he's looking around like this, there's small, small sounds all over the place. And then while he's looking around, he poked the stick like this. Right? And then after he went like this, the stick is very firmly, firmly planted in the ground. He checked like this, then one is out, then he started running. But when he is running, his shandap got pulled. His shandap is pulled like this. The harder he pulls, the more is pulling back. Then he got so afraid and he, not died, fainted. He fainted there. So next morning the other monk went to check up and he saw that he had poked his own shandam into the ground with the wood. So anyway, this is a story, just some laugh. The main example that I wanted to give is, when you are scared of ghost and you walk on the road, then the moon is shining, then the wind, then the branches, they're moving. Then you see the shadow on the ground. Right? Your heart starts to beat faster. Fear is there. You don't know how a ghost looks like. Maybe like in the movies, scary. Maybe white like in the movies. Maybe, no one knows how they look like. But then your imagination starts to play. All kinds of different images that you have seen, that you have heard, stories, and so on and so forth. And the fear just starts to go more and more and more and more. But in truth is exactly same as walking at daytime, other than the sun and the moon change. Nothing else has changed. It's the same road, same tree, same wind, everything is the same. One day there's moon, one day there's sun. One time there's moon, one time that's the only difference. So you see how powerful the mind is when it comes to labeling things. Yeah, then you see the shadow moving. Oh, the shadow looks like a hand. The shadow looks like an eye. So this is coming from the mind. That's where the application of understanding the true nature of things becomes important. So that you don't get, scammed. It's like a scam in some ways, okay? You're being scammed. You're mentally being scammed. So that the concept to applying the view of emptiness in order to understand the true nature of something is so that you don't get scammed. Yeah? By your own mind and by your own grasping attitude and anger and gross afflictions, that you don't get scammed by those, and you start seeing the importance of the three principal paths. Huh? 4:40. Kajia. 5 minutes. Where is up and dedication? Okay, we stop here. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I was thinking tomorrow morning we are doing the Amokapasha. How long up, Anila?
Yeah, it takes 45 minutes up to
I 45 minutes for you or 45 minutes for she's already a Sherpa now.
Yeah, for the group it definitely takes longer.
Okay.
It depends. 1 hour, yeah. 1.5 hours. But
Okay.
maybe also not everyone wants to go.
Yeah. So what are you planning to do up there? Puja or something? No?
We
What?
can do the name, yeah, chanting the names probably.
Chanting the names? Okay. She's not so sure. Anila's going, which means you
Yeah,
probably better not.
It depends, maybe just the return prayers, because it can be very cold and windy, and it's not a lot
not space.
space to sit. But something is good to do.
Yes. Okay, I leave that up to Kaldenla to see. Tomorrow, I think morning I'll be going down to my village. Just one round. So I hope you don't mind me not joining you tomorrow morning. I was here 6 months ago, but I didn't go. I haven't been down to see my house. My brother stayed here more than 8 more than 8 months trying to build this house for my mom because she wanted the house to be built after the earthquake. I think Capucine saw my house had already gone inwards like this and we took a few things out of the house that time during the earthquake, and it took quite a long time for my mom to convince me to build a house. So finally I said okay, and slowly put some money together. My brother, me and my sister, just put some money together and we built a small house. Even though my mother is never going to stay here, she's happy down there with her Kora and her, yeah. So even then she was still. This is the traditional thing where not traditional. What is a cultural thing where when someone's house, oh, these people talk, right? And she didn't want to get affected by that. So anyway, my brother worked so hard to build that house, and I haven't been down to check or see it at all. So I thought it would be good for me to just go down and with my brother, some family time. So yeah, please forgive me for not joining you tomorrow morning. And tomorrow evening we continue. Right? Tomorrow afternoon we continue. Tomorrow I was thinking we do more question answers. A little bit more about emptiness we can go, but then more question. We'll start with question answers, and please venerables help me with the answers if you can. Yeah, with your practice and whatever experience you have throughout, being, with your age and being a what do we say, in the Sangha community and learning from. So please, I want you to help me with the answers. If I give the wrong answers, please push my button. So yeah, so that's that. And Changzhou Zemzhou Rinpoche Maike Panamti Jawa Nyamba Meba Yang Kone Kondo Pewa Jo Timge Tsudenge Meje Tsuden Namba Dadan Lozan Mebe Tsudenge Tsuden Baro Tsindu Jo. Yeah, dedication Rabdin. Thank you.
Thank you, Charok Lama Rinpoche, for yet another session of wonderful teachings. So let's dedicate the merits that we have accumulated in this session, combined with all the pre-time merits accumulated by oneself, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and all sentient beings. May all our teachers, spiritual guides, have long life and good health, particularly His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Kyabche Rinpoche, Geshe Choni, Charok Lama Rinpoche, long life, good health, and all their wishes be fulfilled immediately. And then due to all the 3 times merits accumulated by oneself, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and all sentient beings, may Charok Lama Rinpoche have a swift return to us in the most magnificent form, with long life, good health, and great intelligence, and may the new incarnation be most beneficial for Dharma and also for beings, just like Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And then due to the 3 time merits accumulated by oneself, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, all sentient beings, may there be no wars, natural disasters such as earthquake, floods, hunger and famine be completely and immediately pacified. And may those who are sick quickly be healed from the sickness. And also we remember Venerable Sarah and for her to quickly recover from her sickness. And then due to the 3 time merits accumulated by oneself, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and all sentient beings, may ourselves, our family members, loved ones, and all sentient beings in all our lives never be separated from perfectly qualified Mahayana Guru. May we achieve enlightenment as quick as possible, and at the time of our death, may we be born in Amitabha Buddha's pure land. And then we seal our dedication with emptiness, with the view of emptiness. Okay, thank you very much.